Okay. All right. We'll be back in just a little bit. What are we going to do? What do you want to do? You want to go eat ice cream, Wendy?
Whatever Bethany wants.
Can we go to the ice cream place? Oh, we also have the Hawaiian ice place, which is the very best.
Whatever Bethany wants to do. I'm actually not. I'm just.
Can we go to the Hawaiian ice place? All right. Love you. Bye. It really is the best place. We've got a freaking place. What's it called? Do you know where it is? Downtown Ackworth? Yeah, what's it called? God, it's so good. Everything there is so good. They can mix ice cream in with the Hawaiian ice. It sounds disgusting. It's amazing. I promise. I promise. Can we establish that it is the Forever Friend of Me show?
Well, can't we put something cute in the beginning? Like, I feel like we should do tomorrow at some point. We should do something fun where I'm like chasing you with a bat or something like, or actually you're sitting there and I can pop out like this. And then like you could I can pretend to be streaming and then you can try to scare me or something, like something stupid.
Yeah, I like it.
All right, Forever Frenemies. All right,
all right, here we go.
Can I talk? Are you? Oh,
no, I talk. Okay. Welcome to the Forever Frenemy show, the show where my frenemy Wendy lets me do the intro sometimes, if I'm lucky enough. And today, we're going to talk about regulation and some conspiracies. One conspiracy is that Wendy is trying to regulate this show already.
Well, unfortunately for you, fortunately for me and the audience, that this is my show because I'm better. I've always been better. I've been faster, bigger, stronger, smarter, more intelligent, better looking, better dressed, better at everything.
Sometimes somebody says something and you're supposed to say, I can't spot the lie. I can't spot the truth that you just told there. I was literally sitting there like, okay, like Wendy, you're good looking, but let's face facts.
It's really hard to co-host with somebody of your caliber. I'm a mere floor influencer.
Yeah. Wendy, I don't like to refer to you as that, but I do privately. Thank you.
Is it before you come out of the closet with the mirror or while you're in there?
What? Are you forcing me out of the closet right now? What?
That is the
Scary
only
stuff.
That is the only place there is a full-size mirror is in your closet.
It's my dressing room. It's my Can we put a star on that door? Somebody, please. Thank you. Yeah.
All right. All right, you guys. So we kind of figured out the flow of this show. We figured out that we do have to do an intro like professionals. Like we have to pretend that like we've been here before.
We do.
But we're actually going to talk about some conspiracies that may not be conspiracies. Last show, we talked about your lawsuits.
Yep.
Two of them, which are, well, one of them really, really was important. The first one, the FTX thing.
Yeah.
I think that's a big nothing burger because you, in fact, did not take compensation.
Right.
Promote. They just use your name.
Never even spoke to them.
Yeah. And it's very unfortunate it's happening. But the Binance lawsuit, even though it is with, even though it's with the same firm again, but I think there's more to that story, not with that lawsuit, but with what's happening with Binance, because everybody's after CZ right now. Everybody's after Binance. And it seems like, I don't know if you remember or not, but remember in the bear market, everybody's excited. Everybody's euphoric. Everyone's making money. No one's a scammer in the bear market, right?
Right.
It's only when number goes down.
You mean the bull market?
The bull market, excuse me.
Yeah. Everybody's a scammer in the bear market.
Oh, everybody is.
Yeah.
Like this rug right here.
Scam.
It's legit a scam.
Yeah.
A scam. The cameraman over there. Scam. That cameraman over there. Scam.
He's not even paying attention.
The light scam. All right. Well, anyways, but in the bull market, was there ever a positive story about Binance that you can remember? Because I don't remember any positive story about Binance or CZ in the bull market, and everybody had something to say. We saw all the stadium sponsorships. We saw all the political donations, all the big parties, all that kind of stuff.
Well, he came out and he said that they should not be doing Super Bowl commercials.
Remember that. I remember that. So almost every single crypto company participated in some sort of crypto commercial. Crypto.com, FTX, Coinbase. I don't know if Gemini did or not.
There was one other one. I can't remember what it was, though.
Yeah. But CZ was like, no, we're not investing in this because, it's just not, we don't, whatever the reason was.
But they did a commercial right before the Super Bowl.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, I don't know if it was the day before, the morning, within 24 hours of the Super Bowl, they did a commercial. And now this would have been the Los Angeles Super Bowl with the Rams and the Bengals. This would not have been the most recent one. But what I can tell you is it's pretty funny. I'm almost positive, somebody can fact check this, that commercial was the one that used Jimmy Butler in it, who is also getting sued.
Oh, we got to look that up.
Yeah. I'll look it up right now.
But my point being is that they're going after CZ and Binance very maliciously. And they always have been. And I'm not saying that he's innocent. I'm not saying that Binance is innocent. I'm not saying that at all. What I am saying is that I feel like most of these large companies in crypto have done something borderline.
For sure.
But the thing is, I don't even know if it's their fault necessarily because we don't really have clear guidelines. But at the same time, why was Binance the only exchange ever attacked?
It's a great question. I mean, they're not American at all. They don't have really American influence outside of Binance US. And you have to think that that's factoring in here. I mean, the big vacuum that's been left by FTX leaving the space. Well, no, maybe they'll start it back up. That's what some people say. But with FTX leaving the space and Kraken getting an SEC lawsuit, and we've got Coinbase getting one as well. Gemini has had their problems with the earn program and the whole 9 yards. It just seems like Binance has remained unripped here. Like nobody has really gone after Binance, or they haven't had any major problems like all these other exchanges have. So to me, it's almost like they're trying to level the playing field.
But the thing is Binance, they launched, people all over the world could use it. And then the SEC or whomever the legal body was says, no, you can't use this in the US because you're offering traditional financial products that are only available to super rich people, to the credit investors, the leverage derivatives, whatever, which I don't think is that big of an issue, like any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
Like I can go buy a lottery ticket. I can go gamble at a casino, and I have a better chance actually opening a leverage 2 times long, making or short, depending on what the market is doing, than I do than going to a casino.
Yeah.
Because I'm not a talented poker player by you. Thank you. Yeah, that's something I will give you. You are very good at that stuff.
Thank you.
I'm not, but everything else in life, I'm better.
I'm really bad at bowling.
I'm actually good at bowling.
I'm the worst bowler in history.
So I think we should all take the kids.
Yeah.
And the wife go bowling, and I can beat you, and then I can gloat for the rest of my life.
I can beat kids 11 and under. I'm pretty sure.
Do you have to?
If they put the bumpers up.
But okay.
You know, I asked for the bumpers one time for me, and they would not do it.
Why?
I don't know. I guess they said I was too old.
Well, I mean, look at your mug. Come on.
Yeah. Okay, I look great, whatever. So I just looked it up.
Okay.
The answer. This is the answer. You're going to love this. Like, this is so high-level irony. So Binance does not do a Super Bowl commercial. Instead, they do a Super Bowl commercial right before the Super Bowl.
Okay.
And it's Jimmy Butler from the Miami Heat. And in that commercial, he's warning people not to listen to paid endorsers and celebrities of exchanges.
No.
Yes, and they sued him. He's in the lawsuit.
No.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did. I mean, here it is right here.
Okay.
It says,
okay.
Let me read it to you.
Please.
Let me read it to you.
Because this just got a whole lot more interesting now.
Now it is a paywall, so I can only read the first paragraph here. It's only like 2 sentences.
But I mean, that's what people do in general is we just read paywall. We just read the titles and we know everything about the article,
yeah,
right?
Of course. Yeah. The title and the thumbnail, you know what happens in the video.
Exactly.
Every time.
Exactly.
Cryptocurrency exchange Binance, and this is on February 2nd, 2022. Cryptocurrency exchange Binance is warning consumers not to take crypto advice from celebrities during the Super Bowl. The irony is that it is using celebrities of its own to send this message, and that was Jimmy Butler.
But why is that a bad thing?
Why is it a bad thing? It's not. It's not a bad thing.
But why is it bad to hire somebody to say, practice risk management, do not listen to, come up with an idea yourself? Why is that a bad thing?
It's not a bad thing.
It's like, what about the Dare people? Remember that program Dare?
Yeah.
They literally hired celebrities or all those.
I never met a dare I didn't want to take, and I certainly took that one. Sorry.
But my point is I don't think that's bad. So I feel now that I know this about that lawsuit, I feel like there's probably going to get dismissed because why? Like if a judge goes just after Jimmy and CZ, if a judge goes after them for that commercial,
I know.
Why?
Well,
Because remember,
yeah.
the banking failures are not banking failures. They're crypto failures. This happened because crypto, not the money printing, not the bankers taking our money and investing it in things that they thought were a hole in the, what is it called? Ace in the hole?
An ace in the hole?
Yeah, I don't play any sports. Well, I box.
Poker's not a sport. Kind of, I guess.
Golf?
A hole in one. Is that what you're looking for?
Cards? I don't know. Anyways, I digress. But the moral of the story is that, like, they're blaming, I feel like all of this is just an attack on crypto. I feel like Binance is one of those exchanges that has done their best to do things the right way. I'm not saying that they've done everything perfectly, but the whole refereeing thing, like Chase has one, Wells Fargo has one, all the banks have one for credit cards. And I personally think that's a little bit more dangerous because most Americans don't understand how debt works. Like, we're taught, you grow up.
Our government doesn't understand how it works.
Well, they don't because they keep printing money. And I'm not understanding it, but I feel like it's a broader attack on the entire crypto industry globally. Because we all know we're getting a CBDC. It doesn't matter where you are. We're getting one, which isn't good. But I really think that this entire thing against Binance is to push that.
Yeah.
Like, what other explanation is there? But again, maybe they know something we don't. Maybe CZ did something really bad. And again, I'm not saying that he's done anything bad. I'm not saying that Binance did. I'm not saying that they did or they didn't. I'm just trying to figure out what is happening.
Yeah. Well, I have some theories on this. But I think that really, when you look at, I want to address something you said a second ago, and you reiterated it about companies doing wrong stuff in crypto. Guys, there's not anyone in crypto who has been in crypto for 5, 6, 7, 8 years who's not done something wrong. Why? Because there's never been any rules.
There's nothing.
There's no rules. So yes, retroactively, you can look back and you can say, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't have done that way. Or maybe I should have, done something extra to make sure that people really understood what I was talking about. Or whether you're an exchange and you're like, well, I had to do shadow banking because I couldn't get anybody to bank me. So I was dealing with some sketchy characters. Like, there's not a single company.
But is that their fault? And that actually hurts my feelings. Not that you hurt my feelings, but makes me sad that
Wendy, I will hurt your feelings.
Please. But it actually makes me sad that there's companies that are just trying to do the right thing.
Exactly.
And people, like, even people that come to the U.S. that are just trying to do the right thing, improve their quality of life. And the system makes it so hard for them. Yeah. Especially like people in poverty.
Well, let's look at like what Binance is accused of doing here. Basically, what they're accusing that CFTC lawsuit of doing is having 300 accounts that were in some way connected to CZ. Some of those were employee accounts. Some of them were absolutely not his, but just people he knows. And it's like, to me, they're accusing him of trading against everybody else.
Oh, like what FTX and Alameda did.
Right. That's literally what they did. No, we don't talk about them because they are without fault.
Oh, are they?
According to the government, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. Last time I checked, I've got quite a few friends that have lost significant amounts of money there. And so I'm just trying to make do math and understand how this works. Because I'm not very good at math. Actually, I did pretty good in math because I wanted to work in healthcare and you have to. Yeah. But I'm not really good at math. So
because you need to know how many toes somebody is supposed to have.
Well, you technically only have 8 toes because those 2 big things on your feet, those are like...
They're like rhinoceros horns.
I don't know what those are. They're weird.
They're beautiful.
I think that you can make a lot of money off of that, though.
OnlyFans, where you at? I think that you're right. I think there's certainly a lot that these companies have done to try to follow the rules, but there's no rules. So it's kind of like you're walking around in the dark without a flashlight. Like, you're doing the best you can, but you might bump into something, you might break something, or something like that because you just can't see. And there's Gary Gensler. He's got the flashlight and he just won't freaking turn it on.
He reminds me of a proctologist.
Wow.
Because you said flashlight.
Yeah. Well, it's ironic because I would think something's up his. Well, never mind.
On that note, okay, so let's just say, for example, they take down Binance. What's next? Because we know that Coinbase.
Yeah, Coinbase is going to destroy the SEC, I believe.
I hope so, but at the same time, I don't trust Coinbase. Let me ask you this.
You can trust Coinbase to do what's best for the industry, not for the retail investor.
Well, you could trust I would rephrase that. You could trust Coinbase to do what's good for themselves as a business.
Yes.
Not
exactly.
not an industry,
You're
as
right.
a business. Because
They're a castle on a hill.
yeah, but how many crypto YouTubers has Brian Armstrong been on? And the reason why I'm asking this is because CZ, Sam, love him or hate him, almost all of the crypto exchange, like
Everyone hates him.
I understand that. But I'm saying is like, how many crypto people have been like these crypto CEOs that don't go on people's channels? Like, we are the media. We are like the mainstream media for a lot of these entities, you know? And how many YouTubers has Brian Armstrong been on with?
Not very many. You know, it's weird. There's like a distinct class of channel that he seems to go on. Like he went on the Bankless podcast. My boys. I think he went on, who else did he go on? He's been on a few other ones, but it's none of like normal YouTube for some reason. Like, I don't understand why he's so pretentious about where he goes, because we've got the mainstream message here. Like, we are the ones that 70% of people come in through YouTube. They see us. They know us. People who've been around the space for a long time know Brian Armstrong. Newer people probably don't have a big connection to who he is other than Coinbase.
My issue with that, though, is like the Wells Fargo CEO, like the big banks like that, you'll never see them do interviews either.
Yeah.
And to me, that's problematic because of the ethos behind crypto and Bitcoin. Like, we've created this industry was created for people that couldn't be banked, people who lost their livelihoods to 2008 from the bankers. Like, that's what Bitcoin was created for. Like, my father-in-law lost his home during 2008. My best friends that I grew up with, they lost their homes. Like my best friend's parents, like my neighbor. Like, I know a lot of people that have been hurt by this. And the fact that we have this industry that was built for the people, by the people, but we have these ivory towers that think they're better than everybody else, that's not okay. It doesn't really sit right with me.
Yeah. And that's the way Coinbase acts. And it's really frustrating to me because they could be a powerful voice for the people. And now guess what Coinbase needs? The people. And guess what? People don't really care about Coinbase. I don't know anybody that's like, you know what? I love Brian Armstrong. I love Coinbase. Like, they're basically the mainstream version of crypto here in America, I guess, the best way to say it.
Well, it's like the only, I mean, besides Coinbase, there's Gemini. It's like the only on and off ramp that you can and again, what you guys, people that can't see me, that I have air quotes, semi-trust for now.
Yeah. Well, I trust them more than anybody else for sure. Coinbase. That does not mean they're not insolvent. They're not going to go under tomorrow, which I don't think they are, but who knows? We certainly wouldn't have thought FTX was going to go under. And, the thing about FTX and Sam is that, we're writing our FTX, Catching Up to FTX book right now. We're over halfway done with it. It's Catching Up to FTX. Lessons learned in my crusade against corruption, fraud, and bad hair. That's the name.
Is it?
That is the name of it. Yeah. So you love it?
I think it's pretty good.
It is pretty good.
Yeah, I can't believe I'm complimenting you. What's wrong?
Yeah. I don't know. Are you sick?
I'm actually very tired.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the point is we're going through some chapters, and I say we because John Vibes is one of my writers. We go over it together, and we write it together. And he said, like, he had a line in the book that's really good, like a couple sentences actually, and it's SBF learned how to sidestep or to straddle. I heard he can straddle her. He's got a lot of terabytes on the computer, but he's got to straddle professional, like, grown up in the room when it comes to crypto. That's why Washington loved him. And then the reason why people in crypto, not me, you liked him.
I did like him.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons why is because I can tell when somebody's socially awkward and I can tell they've got some sort of issue.
Like ARFID.
Yes. I can tell. This is why I allow you to do things.
Thank you.
I allow you to be on my podcast.
Thank you.
In your studio. But I feel kind of empathy for people that are not the same as other people.
Yeah.
I do, because there's a big difference there. There's not a lot of social skills. Like, if you look at the past interviews when he came on my channel, got the leg shaken. There's some stuff, like, because I deal with my own things myself, which we'll talk about on other episodes. But and also too, like, I understand that this person had a large influence. And then when I started seeing some of the COVID stuff happening, and then he talked about joining this advocacy group in California, I'm like, whoa. One of the things I do is I'll leave doors open with people. And the reason why is because sometimes you need to talk to them about something later.
Yeah.
I will protect my daughter at all costs. Always. And that was part of that. But yeah, he ended up turning out to be a terrible person. But there's a lot of really terrible people in crypto. Like a lot. Like a lot. We could
the
talk.
Heroes are the villains, and the villains are the heroes. That's how it is in this space.
That's how it is. But like, but back to just the attack on Binance. Like I feel like, because we talked about it right over here, I feel like it is a coordinated attack to really just kind of completely destroy crypto and our rights and what we can do. Because we talked about on the previous show, Binance acts as a bank. And again, I'm not saying it is a bank. I'm not saying it's got FDI insurance. I'm not saying they're solvent. I'm not saying anything in that nature. What I'm saying is there's some people in certain areas that don't have access to banks. They have, they have to get on a bus and travel 20 miles to use a bank. And they can just simply access Binance and move money around easily. And that's the beautiful thing about crypto. That's what it's supposed to be. But the only caveat there is you're not supposed to be trading on using a centralized exchange. But at the same time, we're still not there yet for mass.
Yeah. So I think that when you really compare, like if we were to take a step back here and we were to compare not Binance versus FTX, but we were to compare CZ versus Sam. Sam tried to balance this, the straddle the line in between professional grown up in the room and kind of weird eccentric crypto guy.
I think a lot of it was his parents, though.
Yeah. Which part? The scam?
I think they were big. I think they're a big role in it. I think a lot of the the political influence he had was all his parents.
Oh yeah. No, I agree. I agree 100% there. But you look at CZ and he's got, so CZ is interesting because he actually has also managed to balance that professional grown up in the room, CEO, along with kind of odd crypto guy. Like the stuff he says on Twitter is like kind of eccentric, the way he responds to stuff. The four, no FUD, number 4. Like now that's a meme on Twitter. Everybody's putting 4 in whenever there's Binance FUD. And it's like, CZ's very smart. He's very witty. He's very funny. And I think that the one thing that he has that Sam did not have was he's not necessarily in compliance issues, but he's very defiant of people that want to tie him down.
You want to know why?
Because he has a fear of ropes.
No, I think it's because he grew up super poor and he had a lot of trauma growing up. Because if you read about his origin story, I forget exactly what his father did, but they had to escape. They had to go to a different country. He worked at a McDonald's. Like he really busted his behind.
The dad did.
CZ did.
Oh, CZ worked at McDonald's.
He really did.
Share that, CZ. That's cool.
No, I think that he really did.
I really did too.
No, I know.
So we're like coworkers.
I didn't work at McDonald's. I worked in a drugstore, and my first job was actually working at a pet store when I was 13 years old. I made $20 for an entire day working 10 hours, and I picked up did crickets, did the poop and stuff like that. Just so I can have $20 a week, so I can get myself a Subway sandwich and pay for my cell phone bill or my pager. Because
what was your sub? What was your sub of choice when you were a kid? For first getting jobs?
I think it was the Italian or something.
That was always the meatball.
Actually, no, I actually did like the meatball too.
They started putting chunkier tomatoes in it in the last 10 years, and I don't really. Am I right? Yeah. I don't like chunky tomatoes. I love tomato sauce, but only when it's a very thin consistency. That's the rules of RFID, guys. I don't make the rules. RFID does. That's avoidant restrictive food intake disorder. Thank you.
So my whole thing is that I don't like people telling me what to do. And because I worked really hard to get to where I am today, and I don't think that somebody's above me and they should be able to tell me what to do any way, shape, or form. Because why? So I think that's why CZ is the way he is, because he's worked really hard. He's actually came from the bottom.
Yeah.
If you look at him compared to Sam was an entitled rich kid.
Entire life.
Most of these people in crypto, the higher ups, the Brian Armstrong and some of these podcaster bros and whatnot, they're literally the epitome of why I've gotten into Bitcoin and crypto, to break away from that stuff. I lived that whole Hollywood lifestyle, experienced all kinds of different things.
I was in Clerks 3, thanks.
Were you?
Did you not know that?
No.
Yeah, I was in Clerks 3.
Doing what?
I don't know. I just made a little cameo.
That's fun.
It's the very beginning. It's the first 2 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, I never did any of that stuff. I almost got put on a casting couch a couple times.
Did you?
Almost. I didn't. It ended.
Well, Wendy, it's interesting you bring that up, because here we are sitting on a couch.
This is not a casting couch, though.
Oh, she's got experience. Let's hear.
No, well, I can tell that story. It's actually, it's a kind of a crazy story.
Why has that never happened to me? Why has nobody ever tried to trick me into having sex.
If you
on
go, you know what? First
film.
off, I love and respect your wife very, very much, but just stay out of West Hollywood.
Stay out of West Hollywood, and West Hollywood will stay out of you. That's a good line. That's a good line.
Oh my God.
That's a good line. You got to admit it. You got to admit.
But back to what were we talking about before you said something stupid?
Nobody remembers this show. You don't remember what we were saying. I don't remember saying.
Because we're tired. Because we both flew into LA, or we both flew into Atlanta
From LA.
From LA.
Yeah.
Around the same time. We're both tired.
Mm-hmm.
My kid is probably running amok at your house. Your poor wife. Your poor kids.
Don't ever call her poor. She spent $3,000 last week.
Good.
So let's bring it back to the conspiracies.
Yes.
Because I think what would be really good is we left the audience with maybe your version of what you think is going on, and then I'll give my version. Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
please.
So I am starting to think. Now, I was told this by a politician that Gary Gensler's strategy is to way overcorrect and go after every single thing. And then when the tide comes back, he's going to be left with some things that the SEC will be able to manage and have jurisdiction over, right? So it's certainly not going to have jurisdiction over secondary market, but maybe those YBA accounts or maybe staking. I tend to think SEC is actually going to get in charge of staking by the end of it. I think that is going to be something they might win over, because, I mean, you could make the argument for sure that those are securities, I believe, much better than you could with just a regular coin. So you've got Gary Gensler attacking everything, just throwing caution to the wind, going after every project, calling everything in the space a security. You've got all these banks collapsing. They're blaming crypto for all of it. And they're going after CZ internationally. They're trying to put. I mean, that's a big competitor to the United States, really. When you have an exchange that's that big, that's worth that many billions of dollars.
We're not even allowed to use Binance in the United States of America.
Well, right. But what that means is,
since 2020.
What that means is internationally, Binance is getting all the business. They're getting all the money coming onto their side.
Whose fault is that?
Well, it's the United States' fault for sure. But what does the United States tend to do? They tend to fix things. They tend to make some mistakes and then come back behind it and clean it up. Go look at the space race. I used this example on Twitter the other day, the space race. Us versus, I said Russia the other day on the space, but it was us versus USSR, really. We were way behind on that. The USSR was so far ahead of us in space technology, it wasn't even funny. That's why JFK came out and made that big statement, we're going to go to the moon. Because he's like, no, we're coming to play. And then what happened? Only one country ever been up to the moon, and that's us. And, well we supposedly. I think we did go to the moon.
People think that JFK is something that he really was not, though. That's a topic.
A picky eater?
No, he wasn't very nice to women.
Oh, yeah. Well.
At all.
Yeah.
At all. But
Marilyn Monroe seemed to be nice to him, I think.
Yes, very.
Yeah. So you've got, America has this ability to come from behind. Like, look at World War II. That's another good example.
You want to go to West Hollywood, don't you?
Golly, Wendy. This is not as family friendly as my show. But the fact is that when you look back in several different technologies, several different areas, we have caught up many different times. Look at World War II. We came in that thing really late. Came in, we cleaned up. It tends to be what America does. So I'm starting to wonder, you got Elizabeth Warren pushing all this anti-crypto stuff, but who's she really for? The banks. In my mind, I'm starting to think that what's going on is the entire government is acting in unison, basically, with a few exceptions, to push crypto down and pin it down as far as it can before it lets it off the mat. And who is going to get control of all of these crypto services that are taken away? The banks. They want to give all of these services over to the banks. The banks could manage staking. Look, they already have interest.
They can't even manage bonds.
Well, I'm just telling you what.
How hard is it to trade an effing bond?
I don't know. Sean Connery was okay. I like Pierce Brosnan pretty good, but Daniel Craig, he's the best. But I don't know. I've never really tried to trade him out. Imagine Pierce Brosnan in the newer James Bonds, where he's tough and can punch. I don't think that would work. Pierce Brosnan is a really slender man,
Okay.
but not Slender Man. He'll stab you in the middle of the night.
Okay. So I think we need a part 2 on this show, maybe in this episode. No, I'm being dead serious because
We have 10 minutes, I think. We have about 10 minutes. We can finish.
Well, I think, like, my personal opinion about this is I think this is all being done to push through the CBDC. The banks are, and I also think, too, the banks are collapsing. They need somebody to blame it on.
Mhm.
Crypto is the perfect scapegoat.
Yeah.
And they know a CBDC is
I think
coming.
that's right.
They need a CBDC to come. Well, it's coming no matter what. And they need to be able to instill the correct amount of fear into the masses. But one thing that they're not realizing is that there's different generations, okay? Like, our parents,
Mhm.
probably not going to use crypto or care about it. Us, maybe about half of our age group.
Everyone in my family uses crypto.
Oh.
Thank you, Wendy.
Not everybody is as great as your family. Okay. Well, and then we have our kids' age group.
Yeah.
And then our, the 20-year-olds and stuff like that. So we got, I guess, the Zoomers. What is it? The Gen Z?
There's Zoomers and Boomers. It's generally
Zoomers.
divided that way.
Okay.
Zoomers are pretty much under 27, I would say.
Okay. So the Zoomers and then our kids, those are going to be the people that are going to be pissed about it. So what's going to end up happening is they're going to repeal, they're going to outlaw all this stuff. And then the next group of Zoomers and kids that comes in, they're going to go ahead and make it legal again.
Yeah. I think you're dead on there. I mean, I've always said that the politicians that are coming against crypto.
How old are they? They're expired.
Yeah, they're expired. They need to be expired because if not, they're going to be moving out of the way anyways because the younger generation, look, right now, the younger generation is not super wild about crypto, right? The NFTs make them cringe. You got the Crypto Boy song, blah, 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 blah. You got all the meme coins, all that. However, these kids have, and I say kids, anybody under, 27, you're a kid. Remember that. Wendy says you're an adult. I say you're a kid.
Well, I think that you're an adult, but you still have the mentality of a kid.
Yeah.
Is all.
That's a great way to say it. But eventually, all of these kids have grown up with nothing but digital their entire lives. And now they're saying that digital currency is bad. Like that doesn't really make sense. We're definitely going to be using cryptocurrency in the future. There's no question about it. And I would kind of push back against your CBDC argument there because I just don't think, I do not believe that the government needs anything to push the CBDC. I think this is all they have to do. They come out and they say, hey, everybody, we're going to put all of your transactions on blockchain. It's going to be on our central bank digital currency. And now, when it's time to do your taxes, you don't even have to go to H&R Block. You're going to have your entire refund in your account on January 3rd.
I get that.
It's the convenience. Same thing the banks did.
Okay. Well, it's a bribe.
Yeah.
So just like the stimmies, those are bribes. They're 100% bribes. Basically, anytime you get a stimulus or tax refund, whatever it is, tax refunds are something separate, but any stimulus checks is literally a bribe to say, okay, you're a good boy and girl or whatever, and you get this. Like the COVID stimulus is. What? And people are like, oh my God, this is a good thing. I was so happy about it. I'm like, what are you buying for $1,000?
Yeah.
I'm LA County. So $1,000 is going to cover groceries for a month if I'm lucky. That's $250 a week. And that was for a family of 3.
You must not have been shopping at Aldi. Do y'all have Aldi out there in California?
I don't like Aldi.
Aldi is the best when you're poor, though.
I don't think so. So
trust me, I've been poor. It's the best.
I used to buy. I still shop at the dollar store for food sometimes.
Oh, really?
Well, the 90
guys, we're taking GoFundMe for Wendy here, so she can afford to go to Publix. Sorry,
we don't have Publix in California.
Publix is the upper echelon grocery store. Everybody knows that. When you don't care about money at all, you shop at Mother Chuck and Publix.
No, you shop at Erewhon.
Erewhon in the club getting tipsy? What?
On that note, CBDC is coming. I don't know if CZ or Binance actually did anything wrong, but I'm generally taking the side of somebody who's been consistently attacked and bullied without any type of real proof. Right now, there's a lot of hearsay, especially when other people that have literally stolen money from other people are just kind of chilling, playing video games.
I think he's not allowed to play video games anymore, they said.
Oh.
No more League of Legends.
We got to call Tiffany Fong.
Hey, Tiff. We like Tiffany.
She's great.
Yeah, Tiffany's good. Maybe she can get me in there and interview SPF.
I think I've got a better chance.
If I were to go into Sam Bankman-Fried's parents' house and interview him, what do you think would happen to the internet? It would break,
You
right?
would break the internet.
I would have to. If I'm sitting across from Sam, the only thing that would make it better is if Sam's mom and dad like kind of breathe over my shoulders, like kind of heavy, like they just are standing behind me the whole time, like.
I don't think they are. I think that they're. I don't think that they're that type of people.
You don't think that they're sending shock treatments to Sam on what he can say and what he can't say?
Oh, they for sure are. They for sure are.
Yeah,
for sure.
Well, I was told that Sam said he would do an interview with me, but his parents wouldn't let him. That's a true story.
Is that?
Did I tell you about when I went to Sam's house, his parents' house?
Which time?
When I went to his parents' house.
Okay.
In Palo Alto. So I go out there. We'll end the show on this. I go out there to Palo Alto. It's me and Aaron and AJ and Jen. And we all go to the house. We're in front of the house. Can't believe there's like no security. There's nothing that we could have just walked in the front door, really. And we're there, and the house just doesn't look very nice. It looks like really, like around here, it's probably a $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 house.
Mm-hmm.
It's like $4 million in San Francisco, whatever it is. It's crazy.
Yeah, I know where. Yeah,
it looks like an old contemporary home. No offense to you guys that live in contemporary homes. They're my least favorite kind of homes. Whenever we're looking for a house and we drive by one,
he's got a disability.
My kids go, "Oh, Dad loves that house," because they know what they look like. Okay, so that's what Sam's parents' house kind of looks like. The ran down kind of contemporary house. But there was one thing about that house that was so beautiful. It was amazing. It was the garden. It had a garden out front, like with flowers and rocks and all kinds of stuff. And it just had some of the most big, beautiful, just like wild growing, trees and shrubs you'd ever seen. Because as you know, if anyone knows how to build something or grow something, big, bushy, and never cut it, it's the Bankman-Frieds.
Thank you for joining the Forever Frenemies Forever
This is why
podcast. We're going to go get ice cream.
Hawaiian shaved ice.
Okay. We're going to go take the kids at 8 o'clock. Is it right now?
Yeah, 7:50.
Yeah, we like to feed our kids ice cream before.